So right now it's asking me to tear a page out and put it through the shredder. So I'm going to tear this out and then stick it through the shredder. And that causes the text to advance to the next page.
The Book Ritual is a narrative game played using a real book and a real shredder. The player picks a book of their choice, and that book is represented as a character on the screen in front of them. The player needs to write inside this book, draw inside it, and tell it about their thoughts and feelings. The book will ask them to do creativity exercises, asking them to score out words that don't reflect how they feel, or to cut out pages and turn them into masks. Periodically, during the conversation, the book will ask you, the player, to tear pages out and put them through a shredder. The book, as a character on the screen, has a story to tell you, but it wants to know your story too. Its story is about loss and about the difficulty of moving on after a period of grief. Its story is about making sense of guilt, responsibility, and regret. The book asks you about times in your life when you've experienced these feelings too. It wants to learn from you, and it wants to understand that it's not alone. The shredder itself has infrared sensors put inside of it, which allow me to detect when paper is being fed through. This signal is read by an Arduino and then sent on to the computer. When the book asks you to put a page through the shredder, the game won't advance until it has received this signal. When making the Book Ritual, I wanted to explore the emotional connections we have to the objects in our lives. From making other custom controller games in the past and interactive shows with physical props, I'd noticed that objects often took on a personal meaning to players. A prop could represent a player's role, or be the thing that made them special. Or it could be a symbol that had a unique meaning that only that one player would understand. I find this connection to objects fascinating. I'm aware that I myself keep a lot of souvenirs, and the need I have to hold on to these objects mirrors the need I have to hold on to these old memories, even when that connection to these memories can be destructive. I wanted to explore that idea by getting players to interact with an object that they might have an emotional connection to. Most people instinctively feel a twinge of guilt when they damage a book, even a book they don't like or one they never planned to read. By getting players to permanently damage a book, I'm getting them to engage with feelings of guilt, regret, and permanent loss in a physical way. The game asks them to damage the book, and then asks them how they feel. If people feel emotionally connected to physical objects, then we as artists can use that to get them to explore emotions. Losing a book gives us a safe space to explore the feelings we will have when we lose a person or a relationship which is important to us. Alternative controller games are often built to be permanent. They are built to last, to survive the rigour of the exhibition floor. This means that we neglect to explore one facet of physical objects that digital objects do not have. They can be destroyed, permanently. This is something I was keen to use in my work. You can't reboot the game and spawn a duplicate of the page that you just destroyed. But at the same time, this permanence of your actions makes the book unique. By the end of the story, your book will be transformed into a new object. It has a face which you drew, and inside of its pages are written moments from your life and the feelings from your heart, and with every imprecise tear, your book will look like nobody else's. Your book represents an emotional journey that is yours, and yours alone.
Talk to us. There you go. So we've got a big pile of shreds that have all been made over the course of this weekend. So these are all things that people have shredded over the course of the past 4 days. It's quite nice. It's like snow.